Oh, Happy New Year, team. How are we doing? How are we feeling? I know we were feeling a little cantankerous in the last episode. If I recall, the last time I was sitting in this chair, I was in a mood. And I think I just realized I need to film during certain parts of my cycle. Because if I'm, in the red tent, no one's going to benefit from that, But today, did I have to coerce a family member to come here? I had a last minute cancellation. And so who better to call than my creator? Well, half of my creator. So today we have Tony P. We have Anthony Louis Petros, also known as my dad. And I didn't know how this was going to go. I just prepared for the worst, hoped for the best. But I think we had some giggles. I learned a little bit. To be honest, even after filming this, I still don't fully know what he does for work. I probably will never know what he does. So I hope you guys are off to just a real silly ass start to the year. I'm feeling hopeful, dare I say. I think towards the end of last year, I was like, uh-oh, what are we feeling? But I do feel like as the days have gone along, I think 2025 is going to have some treats. Okay, I stayed up till midnight. I ate my friggin' 12 grapes. I wore my my red underwear, and I ate some water with a gold ring in it. I'm doing quite literally all I can, baby. But in the meantime, go trim your pubes, and welcome to Open Wide. Okay, Anthony, a.k.a. Tony, a.k.a. T-Swizz, a.k.a. Dad. How are we doing?
Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, before we get started, I got to point out the socks. I have heard that when you come on this show, you got to bring your sock action.
Okay.
So please note Batman.
Batman socks.
Batman's
What's
in
the shoe? What's the year?
The
2024.
shoe is a creeper that your sister got me for Christmas.
Okay.
So.
Okay, the secret's out. We celebrate Christmas. Can you believe it? So, I know we are going to be navigating some uncharted territory here. Okay? This is a first for both of us, where we're sitting in a podcast room in two diagonal chairs, and we're just going to gab.
Yeah. It's not you that scares me. It's those 200 people out there that are in the audience.
Okay, you're selling me so short. 200?
Okay, I'm sorry. 8,000.
God damn.
8,000.
Come on now. So I want to start off a little soft and kind of like ease our way in.
Okay.
With consent. I want to know, who is your favorite child?
Who's my favorite child?
Of yours that you bore.
Oh, I can't answer that. You both. No, seriously, because there are things that your sister provides for me and that I get a kick out of that you don't and can't. But there are a number of things that you provide that she can't.
So what can I not provide? Let's start there.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. No, you both are.
I feel like I put the team on my back quite a few times. Interesting.
No, you're both my favorites.
Okay, so what I'm gathering is I'm falling short in some aspects of our family dynamic.
Truth be told, yeah, you're bringing up the rear.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, then we're going to take it back. The year is 1989.
Okay.
How did you trick Mom into marrying you? Rather, how did you trick her onto, going on a first date?
Yeah, no, she was working for the city of Costa Mesa as a planner. I had been hired by the city to move a project through. We had the first meeting at the city hall, and we're waiting for the city representatives to come in, and your mother walks in the door to the conference room, and it was just like, whoa.
With her big ass glasses.
With her big ass 80s glasses.
Uh-huh.
And the whole process took about a year. And for that entire year, I kept trying to get your mother to go to coffee with me. Hey, Kristen, let's...
Can we talk about the symbolism really quick? My bracelet is stuck on this blanket, similar to mom being caught in your web.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So she wouldn't go to coffee with me. She wouldn't talk to me about the project over dinner. None of that, because she's like, being professional, the whole thing.
Okay.
We get to the end. We're going to go to city council. We know that the project's going to get approved. I tell everybody on our team, I'm going to ask Kristen out to a celebratory team dinner. You guys all go find something else to do.
Okay.
Right? And so lo and behold, 5-0, project gets approved. I go up to Kristen, your mother, Kristen, and I tell her, hey, the group of us are going to go out and have a big dinner. Why don't you come with? She goes, well...
Trickery.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone's like, oh, look at the time. Oh, I've got to go wash my hair, that type of thing. And I was alone with her. And then the next morning, I went to her home, and from her threshold all the way out to her car door, I lined the sidewalk with red roses. Mm. And when she woke up, that's what she saw.
So that is the morning after your first date.
Yeah.
So I believe nowadays people would call that love bombing. Would you maybe just call that courtship?
Courtship, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't kiss her. I didn't, we did not have any type of intimate moment for months.
Stop.
Yeah.
Months?
Because I wanted to be the chivalrous man and show her that my intentions were proper.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you right now, how many dates do you think is appropriate before penetrative sex?
Well, what are you, like the first, right?
Oh, no, it's your other daughter.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
No, you caught her with the best blowjob, and
Erica was named the best blowjob in high school, which I was her
it.
PR agent and spread the word.
Yeah, good, perfect.
Okay, so then you guys only really dated for like a year before you got married.
Well, 88. It was Halloween night, 88. We courted, and we're gonna get married in 1990 after a year and a half.
Okay.
After about a year, and we had gone to Vail.
Oh, and someone took your thunder.
Yeah, and I crashed on skis, got taken down in the little beautiful little bucket. And her sister punked us, and her boyfriend of 2 months, something like that, proposed to her, and so we jumped in the back seat and had to wait.
So, but you were sure after a year. Why were you so sure?
That's funny, because when you think of your mother's personality,
easy,
and you think of mine, it's like water and oil.
Yeah.
Right? But there was just something about her that she was a beautiful woman. And I appreciated her maturity, because I was just, a crazy ass weirdo.
Well, I feel like you guys, by the time you met, you both were kind of an enigma for each other. Like, she was dating the, quote, Marlboro man. You were dating scallywags under a bridge, and you somehow met each other.
Yeah.
When you then got married and some years passed, did any skeletons come out of the closet? I hate to put you on blast. I'm assuming for Mom it might have been the church of it all. I think that was maybe a bit of a surprise.
What, that I would go to church?
Well, and then we had to go.
Yeah.
And she was like, what?
Yeah, well.
That didn't last too long.
I was going to say, and see how long that lasted?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're heathen.
Yeah, I was like, I was in it for the donuts, and then the donuts lost their luster. So I was like, I'm done.
You and your sister were in it for the McDonald's pancake breakfast beforehand.
Yes,
That's
Lord, amen. Yep.
Yeah. For her, I had no idea her family history when we started dating. So the first date, I like to be in the outdoors, you know that, and so. The first thing I do is I take Mom over to Catalina Island for a weekend. We're going to go hiking. We're going to go do all this stuff.
This is love bombing, but I appreciate the craft.
Well, but her father died at sea.
And her brothers.
And her brothers.
Yeah.
And so when her mother found that this new boy was taking her her eldest daughter to sea, no, that didn't go over so well.
Yeah.
So, there was that.
She didn't have like a third leg or like any...
Mom?
Yeah. Emotional third leg.
You know what I refer to Mom as?
Careful.
If you remember the Munsters, it's an old 50s, 60s TV show. It's
Sure.
in syndication, Em. You might catch it in syndication.
All right. I was a film and TV major. You paid for that.
They were a family. The father was Frankenstein. The mother was, a vampiress. There was the uncle. Every character was a caricature of a horror creature.
Okay. And what was Mom?
But there was one individual in the family who was the beautiful, blonde, well-adjusted, sweater-wearing 50s girl. And everybody thought she was weird.
Oh.
Right? Because she was the normal one.
Okay.
That's Mom.
Are we about to start family drama? I'm scared.
No. That's just that she's...
Everyone's quirky in their own way.
Her mom, her sister, her brother.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So
your child, it's
Tap
in
me,
the blood.
Tap me here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she, in your eyes, was like the rock or the normcore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready, aim. I'm ready, fire, aim. Mom is, let's think about it. Measure twice, cut once.
So who are you in the Munsters?
Oh God, I'm like the terror.
Okay.
Yeah,
Old Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we fast forward. Mom poops us out.
Yeah.
What was the biggest change that you had to go through? I know you stopped smoking weed.
Yeah.
After Erica.
Yep.
Did you have like a full meltdown?
No, it was becoming a dad was something I had always, and I hope we're going to mine this for a little bit, because I had always wanted to be a family guy. That's something through all the shit that I, went through, and all the turmoil and trauma and the crazy stuff. I wanted to be a father. And so...
Well, because you were an only child.
Only child.
In a divorced family.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when it came time for me to be dad, it was pretty cool. And so it was more just like, what am I doing? And I think the biggest obstacle at that time was the drinking. And so that kind of maybe stunted my ability to be a present, and I hope that I've made up for that over the time.
Tune in, we'll find out.
Yeah. So.
Wait, so when was the height of your drinking when we were freshly born? Because I remember it was like in the later...
Yeah, it got...
In the preteens.
It was really fun. It was fun until it wasn't.
Yeah, did Mom know something was up when you guys were dating? Or did the monster come out from the shadows?
No, at that time when we were dating, we would go out and champagne taste. We would, go to parties and have adult beverages.
But you weren't blacking out?
I don't think so, no.
So at what point did it become a problem?
Big Canyon.
Classic.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Big Canyon is just this obtuse neighborhood in our hometown where it's like everyone's white and golfs, and it was us when it was raining who would take our boogie boards and go slide down said golf courses. We did not belong.
Yeah.
So then, first of all, were you low-key kind of bummed when you found out I was a girl?
No.
Did you want a boy?
No. There was a lot of pressure because, as you mentioned, I'm an only child. I'm the last Petros. And so there was a lot of pressure put down to have a progeny.
Baby.
Yeah.
You got one right here.
Yeah. But you know what? I lucked out, man. You truly, and I'm not, blowing wind up your skirt. I hit the jackpot with you and your sister.
Oh,
No,
you mean it?
Yeah, no, I.
And in ways, I feel like we are kind of your two sons. In ways, Mom has her masculine qualities as well.
Look, pal, that house that I have been living in for 32, get this right, Tony, 33 years has been rampant with estrogen.
Yeah, all the pets.
It's the cats are female. There's the three of you. At one point, there was another male in the house, and that was that stupid beta fish.
That would try to kill itself and jump out into the garbage disposal.
So, no, I'm not buying that.
Okay, so then I know we just touched on this briefly, but then what were the hardest years with us? I know you were going through your own journey.
Yeah, teen years.
But was it the hardest because we were terrors?
It was hard because you guys were you weren't terrors. You were teenagers.
May I stand my ground for a second?
Huh.
I remember being quite delightful as a preteen. I remember Erica being an absolute mess. I just remember dissociating at the dinner table while Erica was storming off. Was I troublesome?
No, you were clever.
Oh.
You were clever. You would watch what your sister would do, the shambles she would leave, and then just kind of mine your way through the rubble to get your own shenanigans.
Sure.
So no, you weren't the symbol.
Right.
The crashing symbol.
I mean, look which one ended up in therapy. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I remember like making my bed. I remember being up.
Yeah.
But you're saying like 13 to what? 16 was the worst?
No, like 14 to 20.
14 to 20?
Yeah.
Even in college?
There was a little bit still. It was tapering off.
Okay.
But,
Did you ever want to waterboard us?
No, but the garage was never cleaner than when you were teenagers.
What does that mean? Because you would
I would just go out there
and clean.
I remember one time I thought I was being chivalrous and going to stand up for Mom as Erica was trying to pull an Erica. And I said, "You don't talk to your mother like that," or, whatever. I tried to stand up for Mom. And Erica lit into me, and I'm about ready to go after Erica, and your mom ends up lighting me up. And I'm like, wait a minute, where?
Sure.
The ground just turned to sand.
Sure. And then you just go sweep the garage.
And then I'm out in the garage.
Yeah. Yeah. We are protective over Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just so gentle, so frail. Until she's not.
I was going to say she's
Until
not
she's
frail.
not.
She is not frail.
Okay, so then has there ever been anything over all of the years that you have disapproved of us, but you never said anything? You can come clean now.
That I've disapproved of. You dated that fucking Celtic. That
It was so brief.
it was long enough.
And I was getting Lakers gear for Christmas.
Santa knows better.
I don't even watch sports to begin. As if I cared. And then you sent out a damn email blast to your company about it. I'm like, what are we doing?
That one was the dagger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then a lot of people ask me over the years, what do your parents think about what you do? Do they listen to your podcast? Do they see what you post? Are they privy to some of the things you say? And I would like to give you the floor to, say your piece. Are you upset? Are you disappointed? Are there ever things where you're like, that's not how a lady should speak?
No, I don't get comedy these days. There's a lot of things that folks think are...
Is that like autism or something? Or
No. There's, different artists that are supposed to be very popular comedians, and I go, that's not funny. And so there's nothing the thing where you did the stand-up in Boston.
Oh, about the queefs?
Yeah, and you go, Dad, check out my first
stand-up.
My first stand-up, and I'm like so proud of my daughter. I'm going to watch this thing. I'm going to share this thing with all my friends.
Oh, no.
And the next thing you know, she's talking about pussy farts. You know, and I thought, okay, well, maybe I won't.
Do you actually know the story of when that happened?
No.
I had survived a club shooting.
I remember that.
Yes. So I was home, I think, for the summer in college. And my friend and I, when we were 19, managed to go to a nightclub. And we all blacked out. Now, I was of consenting age. Okay. I went home with a gentleman 5 minutes before shots were fired. This girl I went to high school with got shot in the ass. Now, I wake up the next morning to maybe 45 missed calls from you and Mom. I think it must have been on the news at that point. I didn't know what had happened. So that was the fateful queef morning.
Well,
Many shots were fired, you know?
Yeah.
So, speaking of which, I know you want Eric and I to bear children. I know you want to become a grandfather.
Yeah.
I also know for like getting down to brass tacks, Eric and I are both single at this moment. So I would love for you to build your version of my perfect husband. We're going to start with the looks. What does he look like?
Looks.
And then we'll build into the personality.
God, I'm not being evasive, Em, but I don't really give a shit.
Okay.
We've talked about this before. I don't care if brown, black, white, polka dot, stripes. I don't care. I don't male, female. That doesn't. What I want to see in you and your sister's successful relationships is mutual respect, compassion, and true love. If I can't smell that, if I get whiffs of anything else, then I'm stepping in. That's just what dads do.
Well, that's not a fun answer, is that?
It's not. I what do you want? He'd look like Rudy Valley. He'd
look like Boo Radley.
No, Brad Pitt. You want me to say, Brad Pitt? Or?
No, I'm more of like an Edgar Ramirez, Joe Manganiello.
Okay, well there.
Kind of like a little leathered.
Okay.
So there's no
But I
like.
really
What
don't
are the
care.
non-negotiables? Rich.
You need that?
I'm assuming you would want that as well.
Again, no. I seriously.
Put
Rich.
that out in the universe.
I'm hardworking. I want your sister.
I've dated a hard worker. He was hardworking at cleaning a hostel. I'm sorry.
You need money.
I need money.
Well, how about just security, financial security?
Sure.
Let's go there because.
Okay.
I'm not helping you.
Okay.
I know, but.
Okay, so the bar is high. The
Yeah.
bar is also quite vague.
It's high. I mean, yeah. We were just talking over the holidays that I told you, doesn't matter who he is. No one's going to be good enough for my girls.
Well, as history shows, they
Yeah,
certainly
I've been right so far,
They
right?
certainly aren't.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll keep you abreast. Now, you and Mom, on the other hand,
Yeah.
have been together for 33 years.
33 years. Best 19 years of my life.
Oh.
Nah, but
Honestly, the first dad joke, probably 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
So what do you attribute that to? Where do you find success? Because you guys have never been to therapy, correct?
No. Well, we went we went to therapy for our relationship with you guys, and it turned out it was all about me.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. But no, we've never been to therapy. So you hit on the fact that, my parents got divorced. And it was, they, as an only child, they poured so much attention into me. I go off to college. They're left alone. They just, didn't know what to do with each other. Dad got a wandering eye, picked up the girlfriend, and then, it spun out. So as your sister was about ready to go to college, I took Mom out and I said, relayed that whole thing of the family history. And I go, that's not going to happen in this house. I'm not going to let it happen. And so in my office, for example, there's pictures of Mom. If I'm going to travel with a female coworker, the HR director knows about it. So there's none of that. Then, as you know, when Mom and I have dinner at night, we'll clean the dishes up and we go for a walk. And it's just our time to, talk.
Debrief.
And then every Friday night's date night. We still go out and do something Friday nights. There's also a lot of patience to longevity in a relationship. There's an understanding that we're not perfect. There's a lot of times that, I act like an asshole. There's a lot of times she's kind of immovable. But you know what? That's just being a human being.
Were there ever years where you were like, oh, I don't know if we're going to make it?
No.
You always knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love your mother.
Isn't she the cutest?
I just, she's an amazing person. She's got a good soul.
So then what advice would you give to younger couples who are wanting to have long-term monogamy?
Communicate. Have a lot of patience. Be rigorous in your honesty over everything. Things that you like, things that you don't, things that you think need to change, things that are good. You've got to communicate all the time and just say your piece. And then you also need to have a healthy dose of compassion. That's been my experience.
Okay. No therapy.
Sure, I probably need it, but
we all do. Okay, so I do trivia for every episode.
Right.
Now, because I know you're a little genius, and when we watch Jeopardy, you know the answer to every question, I thought, what better way to make it harder than to make the questions about Erica and me?
Oh, no. Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's do this.
We got 10 questions for you. Number 1, what's the name of the dance company I was in for 10 years?
Dejan Tubak? What's that guy's name?
That's just a dancer.
Oh, I don't know.
Not even a clue. All That Dance.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay. Number 2, what was our pet hamster's name?
Squeaky.
Nibbles.
Nibbles.
Do you know that I was the one who had to bury Nibbles? He had rigor mortis, literally like a hardened body. I don't know where any parental advisory was, but I put him in a box and dug him in some
That
yard.
was a stupid pet. That was just
Easy.
a stupid pet.
It was a delight.
No.
We used to wash him and then put him in a Q-tip holder. Come on. That was a boy. Yeah, you hated it. Okay. What was Erica's high school boyfriend's name?
Duke or
Close.
Dutch?
Yes.
Dutch.
Yes. Okay. You got 1.
Was he her boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where it all started. What am I allergic to?
What aren't you allergic to?
I'm allergic to one thing.
Titanium.
No. That's in my body.
What?
Amoxicillin. Know that if I end up in the hospital.
Wait, what about gluten?
I'm not allergic to it.
Oh, okay.
Remember that.
Amoxicillin.
Remember that. Okay.
That's why we have your mother.
Correct. That's why she's the emergency contact on every
exactly,
fucking form. Okay, what was the full name of the Christian camp we went to as kids?
YSSC.
What does it stand for?
YSSC.
What's the city?
Young. I don't know.
Yosemite Sierra Summer Camp.
Okay.
Classic.
YSSC.
Yep. Why was I not allowed to get my driver's license for 6 months?
Weren't you driving and you got caught?
Yes. Erica, if you are listening to this, I'm still holding a grudge because Erica did this. I took Mom's car out before I even had a permit. I must have been 15 to go pick up this boy and drop him off. Mind you, it was
what was going through your head that you thought that was
to
okay?
be fair, you would let us drive.
With me in the car?
Yeah, but I think it imprinted in my subconscious where I'm like, I know how to do this. I've done it before. And so I told Erica, and her shit-ass friend was like, you need to get her in trouble. And so she told you guys, and I was grounded for 6 months.
Yep.
No one got hurt. No one got hurt. I don't know what the problem was. Okay, What embarrassing thing happened to Erica at one of her dance recitals that then led her to never dance again?
Didn't she like walk into the curtain?
The curtain closed and she got stuck in front.
Yeah.
And then she couldn't find the opening of the
scene.
curtain.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that.
Harrowing. What did I make fun of right before I went into back surgery?
Oh.
So I'm laying in the bed. They had already put some shit in me. I don't remember this, but I got real curt and sassy.
I don't remember because that was just a horrible... I try to black that whole thing out.
You don't remember? It was right before I went in. Our surgeon came in.
A minion?
Yep. And I looked at him. He was wearing like a Gucci belt and like Gucci shoes. And I said, "You're going to wear that?" And then I blacked out.
Oh, no.
You remember that? Okay, next up. What was the name of the drink Eric and I used to sell outside of our first house when we were kids?
Vodka tonic?
God damn it. No.
What?
It's a cute-ass name.
What?
Grape Low Pop. You remember that?
No.
We used to mix grape juice and Orangina. Call it Grape Low Pop.
Did anybody buy it?
I do remember one kid in the block gave us a Pokemon card. To be fair, Erica was jazzed about it. I was like, I'm reaping no benefit from this.
Yeah.
Okay, name...
Wait.
What?
Let's put this in context. You are in Big Canyon, one of the most...
No, it was Costa Mesa.
Oh, okay.
Humble beginnings.
I was going to say, because
In a
that's why you got
cul-de-sac.
a Pokemon card.
No, well, sure. I do think he was like the richest kid on the block.
No, you were the richest kid on the block.
Isn't that crazy? Name 3 jobs I've had.
Bar girl, bartender.
No, one thing. That's one.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Okay. Home office.
Okay.
Uh,
Do you remember our first job? When we were 16. I've had a few others, but
oh, the cake place.
nothing but cakes.
Yeah, nothing but cakes.
Yep. The last and most iconic question of them all.
All right.
What street did Erica get her DUI on?
Bayside.
To be clear, she did blow under the legal limit. She just happened to be 17.
Yeah. You know, as a councilman, I ran into that lieutenant regularly.
Oh.
And she and I became very, very fast friends.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you just brought that up.
Why?
Because I know back in the day when TV was black and white, you were a rip-roaring time. You were like a little punk star menace, like edgy, la, black nail polish, going to the club. How does that become a city council member of the whitest part of town?
Fate. Yeah, I don't know.
What does that
I don't
even
know.
mean?
I have no idea.
Did you have like this suppressed like sense where you're like, oh, this is like what I need to do. This is what society is telling me to do. Or did you feel called?
Remember that your grandparents were both, civil servant kind of people. Papa Lou was a cop. Mom was a nurse in a
Prison.
mental health place.
Sure.
And I had always, ever since, my first civics class in elementary school, had this thing about giving back. I'm an American citizen. It's my obligation as an American to participate in my community and in the government. We are obliged to do that. That's how America is successful, is if everybody participates. Now, I also thought that the Sex Pistols and the Dead Kennedys and the Ramones were a damn good time. So there was a phase when I was not a very nice guy. And we used to so there would be nights where we intentionally would not drink. We would not.
How old are you?
20.
Okay.
2021 in college. We would not drink. And we would go around Balboa Island, right? Mm-hmm. And walk around Balboa Island until we saw a cop. And the minute you saw a cop, you'd run just to get him to chase you.
You're a little troublemaker.
And then you'd try and get him to keep after you, and just lose the cop.
Okay.
So, those are the old Zubies and the Cuckoo's Nest shared a parking lot. And we used to go to the Cuckoo's Nest all the time and watch punk shows, and then come out after the show, and all the bikers would be sitting on their motorcycles waiting for us. And we'd get in a big old fight.
So then do you ever feel like an outsider in the city that you live in? Because I feel like where we grew up, it's
Hell
like ascots and...
But you know what? The fact is that I have been successful in the city that we live in because of that sense of duty. It doesn't matter, so I don't think, for me, it doesn't matter where, what your history is. If you are then committed to that sense of duty and community, get in there. Roll your sleeves up and get in.
Would you do it again? Because you had a heart attack those years. Sorry if I shouldn't say that.
Well, the heart attack came before, and that had nothing to do. The
No.
city council,
City council was after that?
yeah. But the being on the council didn't help my heart. Didn't help it.
No, I'm actually no, that's actually incorrect, because I remember when I was in high school, my friend and I was trying to pick up a speaker that I left at my friend's house. And so we went into her house not knowing that it had triggered the alarm. And so the police show up as I'm leaving this person's house holding a fancy speaker. And the only reason why they're like, oh, okay, because I had some city council sticker on my car. So this was definitely in high school. The cortisol was pumping through the veins these years.
Well, it was the triathlon that really kicked the
Yeah, he's a triathlete, guys. Can you believe it?
successful triathlon.
Yeah. So then, I know you're not in city council anymore. That was 8 years?
No,
You did 4.
I would not sit for re-election.
Okay. So what has been your bread and butter, if you will? If I was put in a guillotine and my life depended on answering what you do for a living, it would be the end of my tale. I know, here's what I've been telling people, and you poke the holes where the story is incorrect. I have told people that you went to UCI, okay, then you went to Cornell for grad school to become a brain surgeon. You didn't pass the test, and then at the school, there was like a job fair, and that's how you heard about the job that you've been at for 40 years. Which is being a traffic engineer.
Yeah, you're completely wrong.
Couldn't be more false?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I went to UCI. You got that right.
Okay.
I went to UCI
Go anteaters.
Zot.
What's that?
An anteater.
A zot?
Yeah, Zot.
It's kind of like zip, zap, zop. Okay.
No, I went to UCI for pre-med and successfully completed that. But I don't test well. Tests make me nervous. And so I got very average grades on the MCAT, the test for medical school. Yet I wanted to get into Harvard, Yale, Georgetown, all the big, prestigious schools. And
Boston University.
You can't do that. You can't do that with average test scores. So I asked Mom and Dad if I could ditch reality for a year, stayed in school at UCI, and met my mentor there, picked up a planning degree, urban planning.
At UCI.
At UCI. He got me into Cornell. I did a graduate program at Cornell and then came back.
But didn't you also not graduate Cornell? Didn't you have like one semester left, or wasn't there something?
I was working on my thesis. It was a computer simulation. And somewhere in there, I ran into
some drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that kind of stunted my ability to finish the computer simulation.
So was it the last thing you needed to do to graduate?
Yeah, I had it all set.
And you didn't do it?
Buttoned up. Yeah.
So then you didn't graduate?
Well, I walked, but I didn't get the diploma.
Stop.
So then I went back, and the next year I had built this computer model that my company still to this day uses.
Which back in the day, I mean, I don't even know if computers existed, right? That was like the 40s.
I was like Pong.
Yeah.
The 40s. And I tried to take it back to Cornell to do this, but the guy who was the head of my committee got pulled into the Clinton administration. And so if I was going to defend, I'd have to put together a whole new committee. And I just said, you know what?
It's not worth it.
I got a job. I'm doing just fine.
Do you ever regret not getting the diploma?
No. Look, man.
It's just a piece of paper.
Well, no, it's not that. It's everything takes you to where you are.
Sure.
So all the zigs and the zags, all the right turns, left turns, uphill, downhill, all of it got my ass in this chair.
And are you happy to be here?
Oh, you mean here in this studio
in
with
Burbank,
those 8,000
California?
people in
yeah.
our audience?
No, just here in your life. Like I am truly astounded that you stayed at the same company for 40 years. 42?
41.
41?
Yeah.
Granted, you are now the CEO.
Right.
It's a true tale of building your way to the top.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time you were like, what am I doing?
I mean, again, to go back to it, just the period of the alcoholism, that was pretty bewildering.
Sure.
You know, I didn't want that. But through all that...
Didn't want that. Oh.
But through all that, though, where I am now and just everything, life is beautiful. Life is really lifey. You know, there's a lot of
Put
stuff.
that on my tombstone.
Well, there's
Life
just a
is
lot
lifey.
of stuff that goes on where I am just amazed that it's happening and that I get to participate in it. Look, man, I am a middle-class kid who came from working class folks in the Midwest, the first one to go to college, you know, to now be the chief executive of one of California's premier planning firms, to teach at UC Irvine, to have been an elected official, to be a county commissioner, to, you know, all of the badges that I wear, right? That's just like one part of it. I'm a happily married man to a beautiful woman, you know, that that to me is something unique. I have 2 moderately adjusted children,
Sure.
you know, that I really enjoy their company. I am loved by other people, you know, around me, right? And I have capacity to love. This whole journey of being a human is just the wildest trip that we can go on. And so there was a little period there in the fall that I started to get a little maudlin, thinking, you know, the runway's getting kind of short. I don't have that much time left.
Okay.
And so all my good years are behind me. And then, I don't know, maybe I hit my head or something.
You did 3 times in 2 years.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
But it was just like, that's bullshit. I mean, everything, this is the greatest moment. And then the next one's going to be equally as great. And there's nothing that can harm me. There's nothing that can really get in the way, because everything is the way. You know?
Slay. Well, I want to talk about that actually really quick, because I feel like people always talk about, oh, the 20s, la la la, and then your 30s, you like feel more yourself, and then the 40s, oh my God, you feel so good, and then 50s, okay. And then it's like, oh, and then you're 80, and then 90, and then whoa. I just feel like that you're in this period where you're in your mid-60s. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's not old. Okay, that's not old.
Yeah.
One more time, that's not old.
Thank you.
It's not young.
Yeah.
So, like, how are you feeling in these kind of in-between years where no one really talks a whole lot about them. Like, do you feel your age? Are you now just thinking you have less time? Like, where are you at mentally in your 60s?
I'm really excited, actually. It vacillates. Sometimes it goes between, fuck, I wish I would have learned that sooner. I wish I would have had that then, so that I could have capitalized on the wisdom that I've got. But wisdom is only accrued through experience. So I couldn't have that then. I needed to go through everything to get here, right? And now I'm on the brink of another change.
Yeah, you're about to retire.
I'm gonna shift gears, and so it's what's in store, what's around the riverbed.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, that type of thing.
What's Tony P's next chapter once we retire?
Don't know. I know.
Are you scared?
Huh?
Are you scared?
No.
I'm a little.
No.
You know who's scared?
Mom. Yeah, mom's scared. But it was so funny. We were sitting around with the financial folks, and the gal looks over and she goes, "Well, Tony, I think you're about there. You can do it now. Just fly, be free." And you would have thought your mother got hit with a cattle prod. She goes, No. He can't retire. I don't want him around the house that much.
Oh.
And I kept thank God, and love her. You're going to hate me for this. I might get locked out of the house. But I kept my mouth shut, because the thing that was about ready to come out of my mouth was, who says I'm going to be around the house?
Oh, you're going to Thailand.
Yeah.
You're going to South America.
Yeah, there's places to go.
Now, do you want to retire me, perhaps?
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you sure?
I am absolutely positive.
Okay. So I end each episode with the same question, because I know you watch my episodes.
Yeah.
What do you wish more people understood about you?
I wish I was freer with my history and the bad boy stuff. That they knew that the guy that was a city councilman, was this upstanding citizen, all that, had a pretty dark start.
What do you think that would do? Give you some street cred?
No, maybe imbue a little more tolerance in people. That doesn't matter how you open, it's how you close.
So then who do you hate? Don't answer that.
Who I hate?
Yeah. Me.
No.
Right now in this very moment.
No.
Well, thank you so much for driving up, for paying for lunch, for paying for school and my life up until I was 22. Again, that offer is still open. You are welcome to bring that back. You do know my wire and account number. So that offer is open. So I'm excited to see what's next for you.
Emily, your father loves you.
Thank you so much. I love you.